Hey, what's up everybody? We are back another year and a new MotoGP season, and I can't wait for it to start. Just under a week now when the engines will start roaring again, and I can't wait until the first sprint race in Qatar on March the 9th. I hope we will have another crazy year in terms of results, and with that I mean I hope for multiple race winners and a great battle for the 2024 title between multiple riders. If the Qatar test were anything to base our judgment on, it will be a great year, as the top 13 are within 1 second of the fastest lap of Pecco Bagnaia on the last day of testing. But I will start this preview by going over the rookies, or do I have to say rookie? Because just like last year, only one rider made the jump up to the MotoGP class, and I think he can get a very high level, as he demonstrated during the very first tests he rode on the KTM. We are of course talking about Lord Pedro Acosta. He is riding for the Red Bull GasGas Tektra racing team. He is on board a GasGas, but that's just a KTM. He is a Spaniard, he is 19 years old, and he was the 2023 Moto2 World Champion. Then the easy conclusion is my rookie to watch this year. It will be Pedro Acosta, of course, because he's the only one, but I think he will be interesting to keep an eye out for him, and I think he can even win a race in his rookie season. Then I also choose an underdog to watch. My conditions on which I choose one is simple. I think this guy can have a great result, have a win here or there, and be a dark horse in the championship, but I don't think he will win the championship. Having said that, my underdog to watch this year is Fabio Di Gianantonio, or Digia for short, and this is because I think he really made a big step last year while fighting for a seat in MotoGP, and I really want to see what he can do this year. Just to clarify, I find this really hard, as I think there are a lot of very good riders on the grid. Basically, there's 3 podium spots, but I really believe anybody could be on the podium because the field is so strong this year. But yeah, then I'm moving over to my predicted top 5 of the championship. Note that these names are not in any particular order. The first one is Francesco Bagnaia. It's pretty obvious because he's last year's champion. Then I chose Marc Marquez, Enea Bastianini, Jorge Martin, Marco Bezzecchi, and I chose the dark horse will be Brad Binder. Then I also have some side notes for this year, and let's start with an obvious one, and that is Marc Marquez going to Gresini Ducati. I truly believe I'd never see the day that Marc would leave Honda or HRC, but on the other hand, he chose to go for a competitive team and bike, so I'm sure it will bring some fireworks this year. Then, in the other direction, Marini, who follows in the footsteps of his brother Valentino Rossi, he goes to Repsol Honda to replace Marc Marquez. The team name sounds great, Repsol Honda, but the bike is not really so good right now. It's a work in progress. You could see it from the tests that Honda are doing their best and trying new stuff out, but I'm afraid it'll take some time to go to the front again. But at least they're trying, so that's a good sign. And then to stay in the lane with the factory bikes not performing up to par, we have arrived at Yamaha with Fabio Quartararo and Alex Rins in the blue bike camp this year. The Yamaha, same as Honda, is a work in progress, but Yamaha and Honda could be helped by the new concession rules, which allows them to test more throughout the year. You could see it in the test that Yamaha has done an effort to improve the engine power because the top speed is way up compared to last year. It showed more top speed, which is a good step, but now they have to try and fix the chassis and everything around the engine to find the grip to put it to the track. Then as for KTM and Aprilia, I think they are doing more of the same as last year, which is good, but not out of expectations. I think KTM has a slight advantage now with the arrival of Pedro Acosta. And then a small thing, or rather, I mean, it's not small, but you know, the drama of the ending of the season of last year. So the RNF Racing Squad has been bought by the Trackhouse racing team. It's an American team, but pretty much everything has stayed the same there, you know, except for the liveries, which are awesome, by the way. But Miguel Oliveira and Raul Fernandez are still the 2 employed riders for the team. I think the team structure has been pretty much the same as before. I don't think there are major changes, and we'll see how it goes this year. I really like the livery because it's inspired on a Nicky Hayden bike, so I hope they can do well this year. Then to close this one off, I'm going to show the provisional MotoGP calendar on screen, but I think it won't change too much over the course of the year, at least that's what I hope for. And earlier in the year it was confirmed that the Argentinian Grand Prix was cancelled, so we'll have one race cancelled that won't be replaced. So that means that this year we will have 21 races all over the world in 17 different countries, starting with the classic evening race in Qatar and ending in Valencia as it has been for a lot of years. Then I'll also show the full entry list of the MotoGP class, which you can see on screen right now. So all we can do now is wait until March the 9th for the flag to drop and to start a new, hopefully very exciting MotoGP season, with the first sprint race of the season and the day after the first full-length race of the year on the 9th and the 10th of March. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you have any feedback, it would be very appreciated if you leave it in the comment section down below. That's it for me now. Also, if you have any predictions yourself, please share them in the comment section because I'm very curious to know what other people think will happen this year. But in any case, I'm going to leave you. Have a good one. Stay safe. Enjoy the first race. Goodbye.